Hi, I'm Jase, and this is Wine Chat, and we're here today to talk about the difference between champagne and sparkling wine. Now, if you ask anybody you know what the difference is between champagne and sparkling wine, what makes champagne, they may tell you something like, well, Champagne is a particular region of France, or they may say that Champagne is a sparkling wine, but not all sparkling wines are champagne. And these are both true, but it's not really the whole story. That kind of statement would lead you to believe that the only thing separating, say, this Asti Spumante from this champagne is a language barrier, and that's not the case. They're made with different grapes, they're made using completely different methods, and the result is something like comparing club soda to Sprite. They both can have bubbles, both can be relatively clear. That's about where it ends. Champagne, such as this one, owes what it is as much to a place as it does to a method. The champagne method, or often called the traditional method. And this is a method whereby this wine is carbonated in the bottle. Now the process leaves the wine on its yeast from secondary fermentation for a long time, sometimes years. And that gives the wine a unique character. If this wine weren't left on that yeast, it really might be a lot more bland. So something like this Asti Spumante isn't going to be close. But the good news is there are other wines in the world made using this champagne method. A lot of them are made right here in the US. This Roeder Estate, for example, is made by a champagne house, the same one that made this champagne, but it's made here in the US, and accordingly the price is a little bit lower. There are differences. If you put them side by side and you knew what you were doing, you're really going to be able to tell which one is California. The winemakers for these wines are going to look for unique character. But for the money, and if we're painting with a broad brush here, they're really not that far apart. Now, an average sparkling wine like this Roeder Estate Brut Rosé, and by the way, rosé means it's blush or pink, and brut means it's dry. But something like this is going to cost you around 30. A similar rosé champagne, probably closer to 50 or 60. But if you really want a bargain, Cava. Cava, like this one here, the Pupitre, is made in Spain, and it's Spain's answer to champagne. It is made using the traditional method. It is made often using traditional Spanish grapes, so the grapes differ from the Champagne region. Otherwise, there's some similarities, a lot of similarities, and this stuff usually goes for about a quarter the price of an actual champagne. Now, I'm not saying you should forgo champagne because these products are cheaper. By all means, if you've got an anniversary coming up, you're having some special guests over, you just got a new cat, yeah, buy a bottle of champagne. But if it's just Tuesday fajita night, like it is for me tonight, we're going to go with a bottle of Cava, or maybe a California sparkler. I haven't decided yet. But for the money, it's something you can drink more often. It doesn't have to be just for special occasions. So until next time, I'm Jase, and this is Wine Chat. Salute.